Hello, America. We are here at Sonoma. Very, very great track for a lot of these drivers. We have Braxton leading over Kevin. Kevin driving I think, 5 for SMS. As we got contact for the lead, Kevin challenging Braxton now. I Yeah, seems like Kevin's faster on the long runs. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't been watching much of this race. Anyways, now Kevin's going to try to outbrake Braxton, and he sort of does, putting the bumper. And Kevin's going to lead the lap for Braxton. Now we are just waiting for my broadcast partner, Big Mista. As Braxton now to the lead. Kevin's not going to put up with that. Side by side. Ooh, Kevin into the sand. Braxton will regain the lead, but for how much longer? Here comes Kevin. Kevin's denied. And Kevin now back to the lead. Let's see if Braxton can catch Kevin, and Braxton goes around hard into the wall. He will save it. But that third place car, Trey, Trey's been really improving on these road courses, really. And very recently, he's been improving on these road courses. Congratulations to my teammate Trey, as Kevin still leads us back over Braxton, Trey, Monk, and no clue if Chris is in the field yet. No clue. Now, Braxton's got to play the game of catch Kevin. And Trey's got to play the game of catch Braxton and Kevin. Yeah, Chris is in the field all the way in 5th. A lot of drivers had to leave due to lag, as now Nico has... Oh. I forgot about Nico. But, Nico's going to come across 6, it looks like. But Monk's into the sand. That's going to cost him some time. Let's see if Braxton has gained any on Kevin this lap. It looks like he might. No clue. Let's see. Did Braxton gain? Yeah, he gained a little bit, not a lot, but still a little bit. As we got emerging cars, Senator, and he LePage's Braxton. Senator has LePage Braxton, and he takes him out. Wow. Senator has taken out Braxton. And that will bring out the caution, as Nico also reporting that Jan has spun. No clue why Senator has done that. But I'm sure Brunswick's going to give Senator a big penalty for that one. Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, this race has been a very interesting one for sure. It's been the battles of MWRT versus BRL. That's what a lot of these races have been recently, and And the majority of them, it's been MWRT beating the BRL. But today, I think with some knowledge, I think the BRL driver of Monk can win this race. But I don't think I mean, he has a chance to beat these MWRT drivers, but can he? Probably not. But we'll have to see as we come down pit road. Monk electing to stay out. So does Pickle Chris. Pickle Chris and Monk will stay out. Huh. We got it. And Senator's going to have a 2-race suspension for LePageant and Levin. That's not a bad call from Brunswick as... Oh, it looks like Nico decides to stay out as well. So does... Is that Jan? Oh, yeah, it is Jan. Jan's going to probably be sent to the rear as... I think Kevin got ahead of Braxton, but Braxton wrecked him. I don't know. I believe Braxton will give up that spot as Braxton's going to the lead. What the f... Okay. I don't know what that call is there, but... Alright, I'm assuming we're going to go green this time. Or no, we're going to have to probably pit. Looks like pits were messed up. We will be pitting this time now. It's like the whole field is going to come down. Kevin leads us under caution now. Coming to pit road. Oh! Braxton gives that little nudge to Kevin. Kevin... Braxton and pits are not working. I don't think the pits are working. Never mind, it looks like they are. Looks like just that one stall's broken. Watch our race out of pit road. Who's gonna get it? It's gonna be... Kevin gets the race out of pit road, followed by Trey, Chris, Monk, Nico, and Jan. Now, we will probably be going green this time, I would assume. Now, if I'm a guy like Trey, he's fast, but he's not going to be faster than these MWRT drivers. I'm hoping that I can get a good launch on this restart and be able to pass these guys and maybe try to hold them up, or have another guy try to hold them up and you can take the lead. But once again, they're going to probably catch him, but I don't know. I forget if this league does lap-led bonuses, but if we do, then we could then Trey should be able could be able to get that one bonus lap or bonus point for leading a lap, but I don't think we do that. Would be cool, but still. As we're gonna go into the restart zone. Chris gonna restart fourth. Behind him is Monk, Jan, and Nico. Your top four is Kevin. Yeah, as we're coming into the Restart zone. Boogity, we're back green. And Chris getting a good shove by Monk. Can he challenge the leaders? Kevin pulling away over, oh, hard hit. Hard hit for, Braxton. Braxton with a hard hit as Trey is into the sand. Gonna save it, but gonna get passed by Nico. Nico takes over second now, followed by Monk, Chris, Trey, and Kevin, and looks like, or not Kevin, Braxton and Jan looked to have tangled back there, as now Chris is gonna go, and we have a caution. As Chris goes into the sand, that's gonna cost him P4, it looks like. Yeah, we are under caution for Braxton and Jan getting into it. Now, I would think if we can get everybody re-racked, we can have a quick yellow and go green this time, but that's just a matter of if Braxton can get, Braxton's there. I would hope we can go green unless we're gonna pit. Huh. Now coming into the restart zone, and we're back green here at Sonoma. And Monk's gonna try to challenge Kevin. So is Chris, but Chris, oh, he gets taken out by Monk. Huge pile up. It's the Craig one. It's Braxton, Monk, Trey, and Dan. They all save it. I hope we're gonna stay green on this one. But Craig one in turn
Rocky,
one.
I'm finally here. It only took me 1 trillion years to get out of that hectic situation, but we are here. Contact. Oh, Jan with Monk into the wall.
Yeah, we just had the Craig one in turn one.
Kevin looking for win number 4 on the season, leading over Nico.
You know, Mr. I think, you know what time it is, right?
What'd you say?
I said, Mr. Brunswick, you know what time it is, right?
What time is it?
I think it's time for some good old crank it up. How about that?
Whatever. I'm fine.
All right.
All right, we're back from the crank it up. Kevin has stretched this lead out a long way.
Yeah, what happened with Braxton? He was fighting for second, and all of a sudden I think he's in dead last.
Oh man, there must have been some kind of spin that back there at the back as well. Right now, the man trying to get in control of it. There's no one near our good friend Kevin. But the guy running second, I should say, since no one's trying to get in control of this race, there's no one that could get in control, is Trey and Nico. But Jan, driving through on the bottom, going to take that spot from Trey, up now to third. Monk catching Trey quickly for P4.
Yeah,
And I said before the start of the race that Trey would be a sleeper pick for me to win this race. I wasn't aware that Kevin and Jan would be in the race, but I would have been right if it wasn't for the sweats.
the Chuds, as we like to call them.
Oh, Trey around into the barrier.
Yeah, ooh.
Here comes Brad. Bumper of Monk looking for fourth position. Pickle Chris right on his bumper as well. There's a 4-car train racing for third right now. It's Jan, Monk, Rack, and Pickle Chris. Oh,
Chris is
Jan Speedway, Monk to third. Rack chasing Monk down. He'll look and heading to Monk into the wall.
Oh, hard, nasty lick for Monk. Braxton
Drove it in there. He really wanted that rack machine. Not going to get to him. And the driver that looked like he might be getting right back into it with all this spinning is that one of Trey.
Yeah, before you joined, Mr. Braxton and Kevin were having some good battles, and then we had a call. Oh!
3 cars spinning at the back. Braxton, Monk almost getting Trey involved. Caution is out.
Yeah, but anyways, before the race,
After into the tire barriers goes Pickle Chris.
Yeah, not before the race, but before you joined, it was a nice little battle for first between Kevin and Braxton, and then we had a caution for Jan, and I think it was Trey getting into it.
Let's go back, see what this caution's outright. See what this caution was.
And we're joined by Pickle Waldrop.
Hello.
Pickle Waldrop, this is the boys in the booth. You got us?
Oh, Braxton. He hit the tire barrier, sent Monk spinning, and I'm going to be honest, I think Jan back there was just being a chud, and I think he saw an opportunity to bring out the caution, so he just went straight. You can see it. The minute they start wrecking, Jan just goes out and wrecks on his own.
Something's happening with Monk. I have no clue, but Mister, we're under caution.
Trying to get through the wreck, that's a hard hit for Pickle Chris, who got absolutely jammed off the nose of the 45 of Jan.
Yeah.
And Pickle Chris is sitting here with us right now. Pickle Chris, what did that tire barrier taste like?
I don't know. It tastes like juice.
Dude.
What did it say, Chris?
It tastes like doo-doo. I don't want to put
All right, well, we're going to keep you away from the tire barriers. Chris, are you making a guest appearance, or are you planning on staying here for the rest of the race?
No, I'm going to do a guest appearance since I'm in the car.
Chris, is all your brain cells feeling okay right now?
No, they feel like I'm...
Do you feel like you might have whiplash after hitting that wall so hard?
What is Monk doing?
He's out of the speedway!
He's not on the speedway at all.
He is off the speedway. W lagged. He said he lagged off into the grass outside of the track and found a way to get back on the track and he'll tag back into the field. What am I watching?
Yeah. Go ahead,
I think
Chris.
Brunson actually told Monk to park it, but he said he can't park it. He needs points, so he's going to get back out there, keep racing. And he said he's only lagging really under caution when the cars are bumper to bumper, and that can happen. You know, these restarts and stuff, a lot of lag. Sometimes when the cars fan out and the runs start to get long, it gets better. But you know what else lag seems to always get bigger is right there at the end of the race, as we learned in Go-Karts League when I almost sold a 2.5-second lead racing in sub position for Rocky because of lag. Ended up winning by about 0.5 of a second over Hogan.
Yeah, we have the gassy caution presented by Credit One Bank because, well, should Braxton, should Jan.
We got hitters. Will anybody choose to stay out? I don't think anyone will. I think this is everyone's last stop. The question is anyone going to try and jump Kevin with any strategic calls that might put them in the lead? Oh, what has happened with Nico? He's got more speed than Kevin.
Chris has accidentally ran into Trey.
Nico has more speed than Kevin. Nico's going to get into a box. Kevin going to take number 1 pit stall. Him, Jan. We'll see how they file off of pit road.
And Nico's gonna...
It's going to be Nico. Oh, what has happened to Kevin? Back to 4th on the caution.
Wow. And if Kevin's not careful, the man you want to look out for is that number 35 machine of Braxton.
Braxton could try and pull a fast one, pull away and get his career win number 1 in BRL because of the timing of this caution and how long caution laps take on road courses. We'll have 4 laps of a restart here before the race will see its grand conclusion. The leader, Nico, leading Braxton and Trey. And what about it for Nico, looking to score his first BRL win since season 1?
Yeah, now
the last time he was even in major contention for a win was in season 1 when he got crashed on the last lap by Jan at Las Vegas. That is lore of the league that no one that was here for it will forget. But what will happen is that we'll forget the last time that Nico won a race. I don't even remember the last time that Nico won a race.
I've won a championship since Nico last won a race.
So have I. I think I've won 2 or 3 of them at this point.
Yeah, I think I've won 2 since Nico last won a race. But that doesn't matter. As to get a TTB, but it's too late. We're coming to the restart zone.
I guess any penalties from this point will be handed out after the race. Can Nico hold on and pick up his first win in 3 seasons of BRL? We are back underway here at Sonoma. Good start by Kevin. He'll get to the inside of Trey. Jan is flipping! He got into the tire barrier and he's over. We stay green. No, caution.
Oh,
Nico. It's going to be back to 4th on a restart with Braxton as your leader.
Yeah, I told you. Nico's P2, but like I said, the man you wanted to watch out for is that 35 machine of Braxton. He was dominant before you joined.
Man, that's you're right about that. Braxton got out to the point. Let's see if he can pull away with it, because now what you're going to see, Rocky, the timing of all this is going to put Kevin in a very unfortunate situation. He's got to go 4th to 1st on a Sonoma restart with 3 laps to do it. 3 laps is tough anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're on a short track, intermediate, road course, doesn't matter.
But Kevin has the speed. What the problem for Kevin is this isn't an intermediate where, you're kind of expecting to get out there and start immediately clocking laps. No, you've got to get out of the traffic. This is kind of like a restart at Martinsville. I mean, I would rather do it here than Martinsville. But with Martinsville, it's that bumping and banging. Plus, you know, you're trying to keep your own nose clean. And what do you do? How aggressive can you be? There's a lot of factors to weigh. And if you take too long to weigh them, that 35 car will be drinking wine in wine country victory lane.
Man, I'd love to be drinking wine anyways. That doesn't matter. And we're
underway. Kevin, blinding past. He'll get back to second on the restart. 3 wide to the middle. Kevin wants it. Trey is spinning. Jen as well. We stay green. Braxton, Kevin, caution. Kevin's going to get the lead.
now apparently Trey is mad.
Now, I'm going to say that Braxton probably protests this and is going to probably keep the lead just because no one's going to correct it. But I do believe that Kevin was your leader when that caution came out.
I don't know. We'd have to look back at it. But Chris is not... Trey's not happy with Chris right now, apparently.
Boy, green this time. 2-lap shootout. Who's going to do it?
Kevin, or...
One little slip, one slide away from being out of the race, but so is anyone else. This is an even playing field now. It's 2 laps of attrition. You know, you can't say you weren't close enough to make a move because you've got all the time you want to make that move with the back being right on the back bumper of Kevin and Braxton. You know, if you're not making the move, that's a moral decision, that's not a requirement. There is options. There is going to be some unethical moves made in the next 2 laps, some that people might even regret. But what won't happen, you won't be disappointed with how this one ends, folks.
Yeah, and I want to point out Chris, he has been good on these restarts. I mean, if he can get a good jump, then he could potentially even take second or the lead.
Yeah, this could be like the season 1 race here at Wine Country. Into the restart zone. Let's see who does it. Oh, Kevin with a bad restart. The field coming apart.
Oh,
Nico around. Monk gets to second.
Like I said, Chris was trying to...
away from the chaos on the restart. Monk isn't done with him yet. Here comes Kevin.
Kevin and Trey.
On the outside. Trey and Kevin battle for the lead. Trey isn't done. Neither is Braxton.
Coming to the white. Jan! Where did Jan come from?
Where did Jan come from? Everybody fighting. It's a war of attrition from here. Kevin, Braxton, Trey, who gets back to the start-finish line? The lead. And they still got to do this for a whole nother lap, Rocky. What a race for the win. Yes. Nobody's staying on track right now. Everybody off track. Everybody wants a piece of it. Braxton with a slowdown. Trey to second. Kevin got loose.
Wow. What did I just watch?
Kevin to the lead. Will Trey try it? He's there. Here comes Trey. Trey. One lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Can Trey hold on to the point?
Can Trey hold on? Kevin.
Kevin up the hill. He's better. Trey misses the corner. There's contact. Trey into the barrier. Kevin getting away.
Wow, I'm going to say this. Kevin basically won unless somebody sends him in the final corner if they can catch him.
There's always time for mistakes, but the 5 of Kevin is one few of those. He has been pretty much perfect today, and after all the cautions and adversity, 5 car extending the gap back to Monk and Trey. Now Trey going to have to surrender second to Monk. Oh my goodness, folks. What if we just watched Kevin get an SMS to win number 5, barring any mistakes? And just talk about win number 5. That 5 is the only one that deserves to do it. He has muscled his way into this one. Adversity tried to take it away. Today, it will not. The 5 of Kevin, 4th win on the season, 5th for SMS, a dominant performance, almost halted by the obstacles of cautions. Not today. Kevin wins at Sonoma.
And Trey's going to get 2nd, and Jan's going to get 3rd, followed by Braxton 4th, Monk 5th.
Oh, wow, we got winners. It's Monk and Trey. And did I see Nook somewhere in there?
And Chris Newman's him. Wow.
Boy, you gotta, as much as we know that Kevin deserved to win this race, you gotta send your hearts out to Trey. He gave it all he had. That boy left nothing that boy left nothing to be desired. Trey gave that car 100%, and it showed.
Yeah, it's like he didn't leave any chicken crumbs
He'll
on the
get the
plate.
result to match it. Like I said before the race, I said watch out for Trey. He almost proved me right if it wasn't for Kevin, who was not really on my bingo card of being here. But today, of course, it's Kevin, the winner at Sonoma.
Yeah, Trey was just, he was driving like there was KFC right in front of him. He wanted to get it so close. Awesome Auto Sports trying to make their return win.
Well, and the truth of it is you can be as helpful to your drivers as you want. And you can be the best team owner there is, but the truth is, right now, whoever's got Kevin's going to be the one doing all the winning.
And that being the 9 of Connor, he's the team owner. I know SMS went through a big change recently, but obviously Kevin showing he belongs at SMS.
Well, did anyone have any questions of that?
Well, you see that Judd name and you think, oh God.
There's no team in the world too good for someone like Kevin.
You know what you think about inviting Kevin to that
Nope.
ass?
Buddy, we already said, like, one of the main things that we did was we said we weren't going to invite MWRT drivers.
Well, he's different.
What do you mean he's different? He's better than the MWRT drivers by all accord. That's not
Yeah.
true. He's not better than all of them, but he's better than quite a few of them.
Hey, I'm ninth in power rankings after missing Sonoma.
Bruh. This guy. I don't get it, fellas.
Well, they don't call me Mr. Jizzy for no reason.
Well, of course, today he was out with an injury, but that injury undisclosed.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get back in the car at Michigan tomorrow, but I don't think I can get it done.
Well, Rocky, I'll pray for you.
I'll pray for you, CJ.
Trey
Yeah.
tried to take that Hendry Danger #1 Camaro to victory, but you know what? Dude did everything he was supposed to do, so I don't think there's nothing that...
Well,
So, can we be for real right now and say there's absolutely no reason you should be 9th in power rankings, just like there's no reason Chris should be 4th?
well, me and Chris are just Brunswick. Are we gonna post racing?
You know what? I'm about to turn into Steve Post.
Yeah. Oh, miss, it's Kevin.
Hello, hello, hello.
Go ahead and get it.
Once again, hello.
Mister, I'm gonna finish something real quick. You interview Big Kev.
All right, Kevin, this is Big Mist up in the booth. Welcome back. It's not been very long since our last victory discussion. To be exact, it's been 0 races since our last discussion about wins. But today was different. You got a lot more to talk about. There wasn't such a show-stopping race, even though you had the pace to make it one. Kevin, what was those overtime navigations like?
Honestly, I didn't really think I was actually gonna win there, because Nico and probably Braxton were gonna be really hard to pass, because early on in the race, this 35 did actually give me quite a fight before I did get to clear him finally. So I didn't expect for me to win since I was fourth, but then off restart, Nico just didn't go, and Trey just hooked his quarter panel, so that put me up to P2, and then a caution came out, so I happened to get behind the 35, and then once another restart happened, I hooked myself off of, or I got into the 34 and lost position, thinking my race was over, and then I passed P3 and 2, and somehow got the job done to pass Braxton, so yeah.
That was awesome. I gotta tell you, that was something to watch right there. And speaking of that, you had to pass a lot of cars right there at the end of the race. So I want to ask, based on what you saw throughout the whole race, the first laps and the final ones as well, if you had to, let's say you couldn't have won that race, who do you think would have won the race if you weren't in the field tonight? I guess who was your closest adversary in this race, and maybe you want to come in there driving?
I would say I'm gonna say 2 drivers here, and the first one I think would have been Trey. I did see him throughout the race run pretty much P3, and then the other one would be the number 35 of Braxton. He basically ran P2 most of the race. When he finally did get to me after I spun out and got it recorrected, he gave me a pretty decent fight for a couple of laps. And so I do think if I wasn't at this race today, I think it'd be either those 2 for the win.
Yeah, those 2 were stout. And I agree, especially with Trey. Right there at the end, it seemed like Braxton really was struggling to hold the bottom and stuff like that. But Trey really didn't skip a beat, except the one time where he had to make a move and he just couldn't get there. And Kevin, I guess the one more question I got for you.
Okay.
You've been on as of late, a surge up the point standings. And after tonight, I'd expect you to go into the 5th position. Is there potential for you think, to contend for the regular season championship?
I see a slight chance of me getting the reg season just because I did join the league late. Because as of now, I did look at point standings, and I think Chris has about a 400, 300 gap on me before entering this race. So I think it's going to be really close for me getting this reg season. But, yeah.
It's all about the playoffs, man. Winner again today. 4 wins on the season. We'll let you go now. We're going to talk to Trey here in the booth here in a couple moments. And great win, Mr. Kevin.
Thank you. 4 in a row for the times I've been here.
Trey, this is Big Mista in the booth. You got me?
Yes, I do, Mr.
Trey, 2nd place finish right there. Not exactly that P1 finish that I know that you were wanting so bad, but
Definitely.
would you say that was a desirable result to get, or Are you looking ahead, looking further?
So is the P2 perfectly fine? Perfectly P2. I mean, perfectly P2. I can't speak. Um, I think that I was desired to get it. I feel like I'm fine with that. I knew Kevin was faster. That's why I didn't make the block that everybody was thinking I was gonna make. He was faster. I didn't want to hold him up. And then he got passed when Monk got to me. Kevin's a very good driver. Proud. But yeah, I'm fine with P2. I mean, I'm used to it by now.
Used to it by now. That's a very strong thing right there. And I gotta say, that goes a lot into mindset finishing P2. How is this going to fuel the fire heading into the later races, the regular season? 6th in points, you're going to fall behind Kevin and maybe Jan. I don't think so, though, because, pending anything else that would go on, I think you would maintain P6 in the points. Trey, let me go ahead and ask it. You're kind of in the middle where you're not really in threat of missing the playoffs. You're also not where you're going to go win the regular season over Chris or Kevin or Nook.
Definitely not.
So pretty much the only focus is wins. How does this finish and this race provide the motivation to do that?
It makes me feel good. This race, it started to piss me off a little bit with some actions that some people were doing. Like, it was this one part where Chris pissed me off because he shoved me into the barrier. I was very pissed at that. And then it was Nico just doing the over aggression. I feel like drivers like Nico with the over aggression are not gonna make it, and they're not gonna make it at all because over aggression does not get you anywhere. And I used to be an over aggressive driver, and that didn't get me anywhere. I think Nico needs to learn his lesson that he's not good and he's washed, and fix himself and fix his actions because he's not what he thinks he is.
Man, strong words from Trey right here, talking about the way he was raced by Chris earlier in the race. And I guess let me ask on that basis right there, Trey, talking about Chris, do you expect anything to come with you and Chris, or you just gonna leave that in California?
I think we're gonna leave that in California.
Well, there it is.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I got to cut these interviews short because I got to go eat dinner. But we got some good content out of what we did have. So that was a pretty awesome race. I would give the consensus. There was Kevin trying to put us to sleep earlier in the first, half of the race. But when it ended up getting down to the nitty gritty, we got to see some exciting action. So I would say night well spent, and we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. here at the Michigan International Speedway. We got a long haul over to Michigan to get this thing going. It'll be Super Speedway 8-car race tomorrow night. So qualifying is going to be an imperative thing. Might even see if me or Brunswick can get that stream tomorrow night. But as for now, that's all I've got for you, and we'll see you later.
Hoi,